Hi there. Over the weekend, we were at a friend's wedding, celebrating their marriage, which kind of got me reflecting on how often we stop to pause to kind of acknowledge and reflect upon our successes, how often we stop to celebrate our wins and our accomplishments. So that's really my kind of question for you today, is to stop and ask yourself, how often do you actually acknowledge your progress, your accomplishments, and your wins? All too often, we tend to focus too much on what we're not doing, what we haven't achieved, what we haven't yet done. And that causes the mind to go into that kind of lack of negative cycle of, that then kind of erodes our sense of progress and accomplishments. So I absolutely encourage you to get in the habit of stopping, of taking the time to just charge up the emotion associated with progress and momentum and making things happen. Because the truth is, the way the mind works is we get more of what we think about. So if we're constantly focused on what we haven't done, what we're not doing, or the negative elements of our progress, then we're kind of training our mind to pay more attention to those things. Whereas when we do the opposite, we're really kind of charging up the and sending that signal to the mind to do more of those things. You're enthusing your mind to take more of those actions, to do more of those things, to make more of that progress. So there's a number of benefits of taking the time to celebrate, and for me, positive reinforcement is one of them. As I say, it just reinforces the mind's desire to repeat those habits, those actions, those behaviors, which in turn boosts our self-confidence, boosts our self-belief. And one of the biggest kind of mindset blocks that I help people with is that lack of self-belief, that lack of self-worth, that lack of self-confidence. So if you stop overlooking, if you stop glossing over those wins, those accomplishments, those steps forward that you're making, and actually take time to acknowledge those, then that in turn will kind of feed the self-worth, self-belief and self-confidence. Doesn't matter how big or small those accomplishments, those wins, those action steps are, but the more you pay attention to it, the more you'll train your mind that they matter, and then your mind will repeat the habit loop of doing more of the same. And alongside that then in turn enthuses and reinforces our motivation and momentum, and then we kind of, when we don't feel like we're getting anywhere, we can then kind of get into that displacement activities, or kind of getting in our own way, or self-sabotaging, or procrastinating, or then striving for perfectionism as a way of protecting ourselves from not taking action. But if we don't take action, then it keeps us safe in the space and the place that we are. Whereas when you celebrate your success, when you celebrate your wins and the steps that you are making, then that infuses that kind of motivation, that momentum to repeat and do more of it. So the mindset tip for today is to encourage you to stop, to pause, and to celebrate your success, your action steps, your accomplishments and your wins more often. And again, it's your choice how you do that, whether you just think it in your thoughts, if you want to take it to another level and journal about it, or just make it part of your kind of daily routine to stop and reflect, what have I achieved today? What progress have I made today? So there you go. Let me know in the comments how helpful that has been for you today, and how you plan to integrate that into your kind of mind fitness strategy moving forward. So I encourage you to celebrate, and maybe even let me know below what's one of the things that you are celebrating at the moment. And I look forward to hearing about some of your amazing wins. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.